One of the biggest challenges a lot of home users face trying to produce foam like that, they either don't have the right level of skill that most baristas would have. I'll be honest with you, I was a little bit skeptical when I first started using it, as I always am with new products. Once I started using it, I very quickly fell in love with it. Whilst I was using the product, I was actually able to produce a higher quality milk than I'd ever experienced before. I think considering the level of quality I've been getting from the BaristaMaker, I'd have to score it around a 9 or a 10. It's honestly the best milk I've had up until this point, just in terms of the quality of texture and how seamless it is. It's pretty hard to beat. Smart, versatile, convenient. I think that pretty much sums it up.
Hello everyone, this is Jamie from DREO. We're so excited to be back on Kickstarter to introduce to everyone the brand new milk frothing product. We call it the DREO BaristaMaker. Today, we've also invited the 2022 World Barista Championship, Anthony Douglas, here with us to talk about the story behind it. Hi Anthony. So excited to having you today.
Thanks for having me. It's a pleasure to be here and it's lovely to connect with you.
So Anthony, from your expert perspective, what's the standard to define a high quality milk foam? And what challenges do everyone facing when they're trying to create the same level milk foam at home?
In that you're looking for milk that is silky, a very tight microfoam, so no big visible bubbles. It's homogeneous from top to bottom, so you don't have that separation of foam sitting on top with the milk disconnected underneath. I think one of the biggest challenges a lot of home users face trying to produce foam like that is they either don't have the right level of skill that most baristas would have, which is understandable, right? Baristas work in the cafe day in and day out perfecting that skill. A lot of coffee machines, a lot of home coffee machines just don't have the ability to produce high quality textured milk. So I'm curious, what was your experience with this problem on the market and how have you and the team at DREO overcome that?
So we found that there isn't a single personal milk frother that can meet the increasing demand for high quality foam texture, and especially with the growing popularity of non-dairy milks and the pursuit of the healthier beverage options. So that's why we set out to create a BaristaMaker to let more coffee lovers enjoy a barista level coffee at home just as good as you do, and also to offer more non-dairy milk alternatives for everyone. So Anthony, as one of the first batch users of BaristaMaker, can you share your experience and how do you like it so far?
Once I started using it, I very quickly fell in love with it. My first understanding of the product was that it was convenient without compromising quality. But what I very quickly realized is that whilst I was using the product, I was actually able to produce a higher quality milk than I'd ever experienced before steaming milk on a standard steam wand. So I was very pleasantly surprised at how easy it was to use, as well as the level of quality I was getting from it.
What do you think the difference between the BaristaMaker and the steam wand that you are familiar with?
A steam wand is developed to create milk in a very quick amount of time. So it's very good for cafe settings, good for workflow. But there's also a drawback in you've got such a small amount of time to actually steam and texture the milk that you don't end up with as high a quality of microfoam.
So if you have to rate the BaristaMaker on scale from 1 to 10, what score would you give it to it?
If I'm focusing purely on the quality that I get from the BaristaMaker, it would have to be a 10 out of 10. It's the best milk I've experienced. So the thing that I love about the BaristaMaker is it takes a lot longer to texture the milk. So it's more creamy and it's sweeter and it's more dessert-like. It's delicious. So I'm curious, how did you guys achieve the level of quality that you have with the BaristaMaker? Is there any special technology behind it?
Yeah, so we aim to address this challenge right from the ground up by finding the fundamental solutions. We assembled a dedicated team of food scientists, so we have deeply explored the science behind the perfect milk foam. Our scientists that studied how the milk behaves under the heat. We found that the proteins are really important to form formation. So when the milk is heated to around 50 Celsius or 130 Fahrenheit, so these proteins undergo a denaturation process, which means they unfold and expose the water-repelling and water-attracting regions. During the frothing process, the protein rearrange themselves around the air bubbles and to stabilize the foam structure. and this ensures that the foam remains intact and doesn't collapse quickly, providing a rich and creamy texture. We divide the whole frosting processes into 3 stages. Stage 1, we quickly heat the milk to the optimal temperature to pick up the protein denaturation process I just talked about. Stage 2, we accelerate the speed of the impeller tip to blend the air into the milk to achieve the first round frothing. On stage 3, we slow the speed down enough to maintain a steady flow, then use the impeller tip to guide the milk into the center of the steel mesh to transfer large air bubbles into the microfoam level. Speaking of the rotating speed, which is also a key to a successful frosting process, our team has created a patent frosting tips that are truly groundbreaking. Though these tips are designed to maximize the efficiency of air integration.
So give me a few words to describe BaristaMaker, like keywords.
Smart, versatile, convenient. I think that pretty much sums it up.
Thanks for coming, Anthony. And now we're gonna continue to make this product better and better.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure working with you guys, and I love working with people who are focused on quality as much as you are. So I'm excited to be a part of the journey. Thank you.
We know that there's still many challenges in the coffee industry, and as an innovative company, we try to leverage the technology and the user experience together to make this world better and better. So join us to share your experience with BaristaMaker and help us to continue upgrading for the future products.